Hey, this is Jason,
And it's Travis, and we are the QBs on Wheels.
and we're going to do a little fantasy episode tonight. Couple of things in the news. First, Patrick Mahomes got injured on Thursday night, so that means if you have him, A, you got screwed this week, and B, you need to pick up somebody new for next week. That and Jameis Winston is also on bye week this week. So who would you start at quarterback if you had Jimmy, so if you have Patrick Mahomes for next week?
I mean, I could start a bunch of people. I'm guessing if you have Patrick Mahomes, you don't have Russell Wilson, because I'd say start Russell Wilson because he's just doing crazy right now.
Mm-hmm.
Let's think. Kyler Murray plays the Giants. He's you could have him on your bench. He might be a start. You got Phillip Rivers playing Tennessee. Now, their Tennessee got a good run stop defense, but they're not really that great in the passing game, so he could be a start. They haven't been doing that great, but Hunter Henry is back, the tight end, and he caught 100 yards, 2 touchdowns last week. So I think Phillip Rivers is going to have a nice little security blanket in him.
What do you think about Mariota?
He's benched.
Oh,
Yeah, they benched him. Ryan Tannehill starting for Tennessee.
I did not know that.
Yeah, so that's another one. Yeah, Mariota's benched, man. They're sick of his shit. he's just not doing that great. And Ryan Tannehill, I don't know, man. I don't know if I trust him, so I probably wouldn't start him.
The Minshew looked pretty good earlier this season, and Jacksonville's got an easier game this week.
Yep. Yeah, he'd be a start. And I'd say if the Jets weren't playing the New England Patriots, I'd say you could probably start Sam Darnold. But they're playing the Patriots, so I don't know if that's a safe start.
Yeah, that's a pretty rough one because the Pats are leading the league in defense right now.
Yeah, defense, touchdowns, turnovers, all
that. They're leading in defense and offense, so yeah, they're pretty good.
Yeah, so I don't know if I'd start Sam Darnold. I did pick him up, though, on my fantasy league just because he's been doing all right, and they're actually winning games when he's in, so.
Yep.
But I definitely wouldn't start him this week, no.
What about Kirk Cousins? He makes me a little nervous this week because he's facing the Bears.
Kirk Cousins.
The Vikings and
the Lions?
Yeah, I'm sorry. They're facing the Lions.
Yeah, Lions defense is good. So
they are.
I don't know. I don't really trust. The only thing I'd say about Minnesota's team is their defense and their running back. So I probably wouldn't start.
Okay.
Oh, I probably wouldn't start Cousins.
Yeah, we're recording a show here, my dear. That was the right hand of my wife. In rushing, Nick Chubb is on bye week. He's the second leading rusher. Obviously, Christian McCaffrey is the first leading rusher, and whoever's got him he's always going to start. Who else are you thinking about?
Man, I'd really like to say Melvin Gordon, but he's been doing shit since he's been back. I'd really like him to take off. But I have 2 guys on my bench that I want to mention.
Okay.
One is Frank Gore for the Bills. They play in Miami this week. I would start him if he's on the waiver wire or on your team. There's a little complication with that because Devin Singletary's coming back, their second running back. So it might take away some of the touches, but they're playing Miami, so I think that's a first start. And Carlos Hyde He's been solid. I mean, you're not going to get 20 points from him, but he's a solid 10 to 15 guy. So those are my two sleepers, man. If you need help running back wise, look out for Carlos Hyde and Frank Gore.
What do you think about Leonard Fournette at Jacksonville?
Yeah, he's actually
He's in the top 5 for
yeah,
yards.
yeah. I would definitely start him, especially if you got him and one of the other Nick Chubb or McCaffrey. I would definitely start him.
Yep. And then the last one I wanted, if you have Chris Godwin, he is on hiatus with, um, but yeah, he's on bye week this week with Tampa. Who do you like as another receiver to pull up?
Man, again, I'd really like to say DeAndre Hopkins. He since the first game, he hasn't been doing shit. So I feel like he's due for a big game. So if you got him, I'd start him. I have him in my league. Even though they're playing a decent defense, in New Orleans, maybe start Allen Robinson for Chicago. He's been doing good. Alshon Jeffries, he's back and healthy, and since Deshaun Jackson isn't back yet, he's the number one receiver right now. So he's probably a little start.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd like to say um, Jameis, no, Jamie Crowder, or I forget what his name is, but something Crowder for the New York Jets. I'd like to say him, but again, they're playing New England, so probably not.
What about Hooper in Atlanta? He's actually a couple of yards ahead of Julio Jones for in yardage.
Yeah, tight end wise, Hooper's a solid start, man.
Yeah.
He's a solid start. I'm actually glad tight end wise. I'm glad Hunter Henry. He's back now, and it's actually funny how that worked out because I had him first. I picked him up in the draft. Then he got hurt, so I dropped him, and then 2 weeks ago I seen that he was questionable, so I picked him back up. Nobody picked him up. Last week he's had 100 yards and 2 touchdowns. So yeah, so I can't believe I got that lucky. But yeah, Hunter Henry's a good start for tight end too.
There's a lot of good receivers that that are on bye weeks this week because Cleveland, Landry and Beckham are both out. Smith-Schuster is having a decent season, and he's on bye week. So yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of fantasy teams looking deeper.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yep, that's one thing I was happy about with my draft is I'm pretty deep in the wide receiver core.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I have DeAndre Hopkins, Devontae Adams, Calvin Ridley, Jamie Crowder, Allen Robinson, and Alshon Jeffries, all number one receivers on their team. Well, besides Calvin Ridley, but he's still good.
Yep.
So I don't really have to worry about wide receiver too much, but they're all good picks. If you have them on your bench, start them.
All right. That's about it for this week. But we will find out how these guys do and how our pick six performed. And we'll be back after the football.
Peace.
Just